I've been a full-time creator for 5 years now, and the number one place that I see new creators getting stuck is in this weird in-between creating and marketing. When you first start out, you don't know what you want to say. You don't know what you want to do. You might not even have a product, a course, a piece of artwork to sell. So where do you start? And I think that one of the best places that you can start is in what we're going to talk about today, this distinction between creating and marketing, because they're two very different things and they can get very convoluted because social media can act both as a place to create and a place to market. So let's get into it. Hello, welcome back to Creator by Design. My name is Hallee, if you're new here, and I'm happy to have you in this episode. I want to first talk about why this distinction is so confusing, because I think that social media blurs a lot of lines. It lacks a lot of definition. And I'm going to use some examples to explain what I mean by that. So if you think of the traditional film world, for example, you create a movie and then you market a movie. If you think of physical products, you create the product and then you market the product. But a lot of times creators are working with intangibles. And a lot of times creators are also artists, creatives, whatever it is you're making. This holds true, this concept holds true for everything. So I think the lines get blurred when you get online and you're trying to do something, but you don't know what the thing is. You don't have something created. And for me, I believe that you have to create first before you market. I mean, you do. What are you going to market if you have nothing? You're selling air? Here, do you want to buy this? No, because I have nothing in my hand. So let me lay out this difference here before I lose you, because this is kind of an abstract concept. It was really a challenge to outline it because I'm like, what am I really saying here? Okay, so I have my notes. Creating is making the thing. It could be your message to the world. Maybe you want to be a leader for female entrepreneurs. That could be your message to the world. You have to create that message. You have to put time and energy and effort into building it. Maybe artwork. You're an artist. You're a musician. You're an actor. You are a singer. You are putting time into creating the song, the short film, the online course if you're a coach. You're creating the thing. You're making essentially a product. Now the marketing is, like I said earlier, the second step. It is getting the thing out there. So trying to make something go viral, trying to make your message go viral, trying to make viral videos to bring more attention to the thing it is you're selling or the thing it is you created. This could be, things like titles and thumbnails on YouTube. For me, I create this episode and then I market it by creating thumbnails and titles that appeal to the audience that this could help. With marketing, you are packaging your messaging so it connects with someone. You create something from an authentic place that you want to create, that you have the skills to make, that you want to share, and then you market that thing. So here's a really clear distinction. Creating is, this is what it is. Here's the thing, okay? Say I'm selling this cough drop. I created this cough drop. I didn't create the cough drop. But let's just say I created the cough drop, okay? Now I have to figure out who it's for and where to find it. The same thing goes with more abstract concepts like artwork, ideas, courses, whatever it may be. Did I go out of focus? The lighting has been giving me a headache today. Okay, so now here is why I think that creatives get stuck here in this distinction, in this ether of confusion. I see a lot that creatives and creators will try to market something before it exists. They'll show up online and, start saying things, but you feel this sticky, disconnected feeling because you're like, what am I actually selling or saying or doing. I don't have a thing. I don't have a creation to put out there. And I'll use myself as an example here because for the longest time I was creating content, but I didn't have, I started a business. I had my business, Hallee Media and Design, but I was doing freelance content creation and marketing work. But I didn't have a product or a course or a clear message that I was putting out there. I was just making content. And that made things very unclear, very confusing, and made them feel very sticky for a long time. So ultimately, I think that this disconnect between what do I want to say, what do I want to do, what do I want to create, is what makes it feel hard to show up online or feel forced or marketing feel fake. Because you're like, I'm promoting myself, but what am I promoting? You got to know. You got to create first. And it gets confusing to go back to this point because you can use social media to create. That's what I did for the longest time. I would create skits that had no other external thing I was promoting. I was just creating entertainment content online. I wasn't marketing anything. Now I have a course called The Art of Content Creation that helps creatives and creators find their voice online, figure out what they want to say, how they want to say it. And now when I make content, that content, yes, it can still be entertaining, but it gets to be marketing because I created a thing first. So it's confusing because social media it's a distribution platform at the end of the day. Social media is a place that you can put your work out there. And I think specifically, if you're a video, if your art form as a creative is a filmmaker or anything to do with video, it can be a distribution platform for your work. But it can also be a marketing platform for your work. And I think that a really good example of this, if you aren't familiar with him, American Baron is his handle, and he is an extremely talented artist. He's a writer and filmmaker and actor. And he uses social media to both distribute his work and market his work simultaneously. I've been looking at his strategy for a while and it's really cool. And I would recommend you guys checking him out and seeing how he's doing what he's doing. But to break it down a little further and continue this example, he uses social media to market his artwork, but he's creating behind that. There's a creation backing it. It's like I'm not just throwing stuff out there. He has a book. He created a short film. Now they're marketing the short film. You see how there's the layer of I gotta create the thing, and then I go and I market the thing. And the message I want to get across to you today, if anything, is that the sticky, tricky, challenging feeling that's coming up as a new creator, as someone who wants to show up online, is just that, this disconnect, this unsureness of like, what do I want to say? Am I marketing? Am I creating? What the heck am I doing? Am I just documenting? And that lack of clarity will keep you stuck. I gave you guys a few examples already earlier, but I just want to drive this point home here with a few more examples. Let's start with an intangible, okay? I already used the example of this. Let's say I am a chemist. I'm not a chemist. Let's say I'm a chemist and I also really like sports. That's true. I played them. Chemist, like sports, and I'm really creative. I like graphic design, okay? Those are my 3 key skills that I've identified that I love, my interests, and I want to combine them together. I am going to make a flavored water drink with electrolytes for athletes. So I do my chemistry, I do my stuff, I do my creating, and I make the product. It is a strawberry flavored drink with electrolytes in it for athletes. Okay, product has been created. Now product needs to be marketed because otherwise it's nothing. It's nothing. It's just a drink. It's just any pink drink you might see on the market. You got to brand it. You got to make a story behind it. You want to try to make it go viral. You want to post it online and talk about the process of creating it, founder stories. You can do all these things, but all those things are marketing. See how they're separate. Create it, market it. Next example would be a musician. If you're a musician, your creating is going to be making an album. or a song or a set list or a tour, something external of social media. Your forte maybe isn't video, but you can still use social media to market. It's a beautiful place for that. But don't get confused or try to reinvent the wheel. You're showing up online to market your creation. So that distinction's very key for that archetype too. The course example. Again, I talked about my course a little bit. I'll use that as an example. I created the course. I made it very curated. I beta tested it. I made sure that course, even though it's also content, it is very curated and designed to take you through a specific transformation. So I created. And now that it is created, I can market it in all of the fun, creative ways that I want to market it in. So don't get convoluted on the two, because it can get you stuck, it can get you confused, it can get you overwhelmed, and it could change the outcome of the thing. This is the last cautionary tale I want to give you, because I've noticed this happen with myself. And I feel like I've seen it happen for sure with my clients and with other people I've just observed online, where if you don't create the thing first, you'll hear like a lot of creativity people. Who's the guy I'm thinking of? I'm looking it up. Creativity guy with a long white beard and wrote the book with a circled dot on it, The Art of Being or something like that. The Creative Act. That's Rick Rubin. My goodness, my brain is not working this morning. I love Rick Rubin. I've read his book. I know who he is. I don't know why I couldn't think of his name. Anyways, he talks a lot about the audience comes last. Create the thing first. And so when you convolute marketing and creating, sometimes you change what the creation was meant to be because you think of this creative way you could market it. So let's say you had this really cool idea of like, ooh, I could market my course by doing the top 5 viral trends of the week every week. And so now I need to put something in my course that relates to that marketing strategy. So then the course changes, which changes the integrity of the course, which takes you off track, and you just kind of get confused. It gets all messy. So all I'm saying here is create first, market second. If you don't have the thing created, or you don't know what the thing wants to be or needs to be then it's going to be really hard to be trying to promote yourself or promote something. So if this resonated with you, I do have a course that helps with this. That's why I want to talk about this today. And if you're interested, there is a link in the description leading up to the course launch, which is going to be in January. I'm hosting a Create More, Scroll Less challenge. It's only $1 buy-in, and it's a 2-week challenge to help you create more and scroll less. And it's that first level of clarity that you need to get you going and figure out what it is you want to share online. So the call to action today is simple, just that. I usually do a call to action and assignment in these episodes, but I will tell you that if this resonated with you, that challenge is this inherent call to action. It will take you through pretty much everything we just talked about to help you start getting that clarity. So click that link. If you're interested, would love to see you in. I think we're starting in December. I think that's when we're going to start. So hit subscribe to support the show. Give us a review. Give us a like wherever you're listening or watching. And I hope to see you guys in the next one.